Welcome back. You're watching Tech and You. Now, do you remember the original Nokia communicator? Well, it had its own army of fans. And despite those pencil box dimensions, people still have fond memories of it. Well, that's because it was truly the first business phone. But things have changed a little now. We have the communicator in all new avatar, the Nokia E7. And well, Manav goes hands-on with it.
Yep, I've been hands-on with the E7 for quite some time now, and I have a lot of things to say. First question that popped up to mind, it looks like the N8, so is it really like it? Yes, in most ways it is, more than I would have liked it to be. It's built exactly like the N8. It's just a little bigger, it's heavy as a brick, it's got the cylinder-shaped aluminum body, which I have to admit I've begun to like. It's well-rounded on the edges, so it feels nice to hold and does give it a decent grip. They've given it a volume slider instead of a rocker, and that's strange because it gives an analog feel on a very, very digital phone. It does have a dedicated camera button, but is slightly hard to find as it's in line with the body. And just like the N8, it's also got a screen locking slider. Now that's useful. The hinge mechanism, tilt-out display and a proper physical keyboard steal the show on this one. Well, opening it the first time will seem a little difficult because you'll probably try it with one hand. But remember that you use two hands to type on its keyboard. So eventually you will have to use both the hands. So it's simple to open it with two hands. It's a large AMOLED touchscreen that is bright and sharp even in direct sunlight. It's quite responsive, and to be honest, Nokia has compromised on the resolution of its screen, but it still looks very good, so it's cool. Camera on this phone is as good as the N8, if not better. The images are sharp and the colors are good, and it shoots well in low light. Well, now the big question, does it hold its ground in the battlefield of operating systems? No, not at all. It isn't fair that Nokia gave such a beautiful piece of hardware a dying operating system, the Symbian. Apparently, this is the last phone which will have the Symbian operating system running on it. True that once it was glorious, but there's too much on offer from Android, iOS and even Windows Phone 7 now. The Symbian, despite running on E7's high-end processor, feels sluggish. You're better off installing Opera than using the onboard web browser, and configuring email on it might require a PhD. But there are some bright moments while using it. Nokia's OVI maps stand far taller than Google Maps. It's very efficient with push email notifications, and photo and video apps on it are highly noteworthy. And because of Symbian app management efficiency, even the battery lasts a fairly long time. I would say it is a good high-end luxurious looking phone and does operate flawlessly barring a few times that it hangs. But would I buy it at a price tag of 28,500 rupees? I don't think so. I'd rather wait a very, very long time for Nokia to launch the Windows Phone 7 on a similar device in the time to come. So on the Geekometer, it gets a 5 because of the Symbian obviously. For the general user, it gets a 7 because it is easy to use still. And because it is a luxurious looking phone on the style quotient, it gets a hefty 8.
Are you thinking of stealing our jobs? Well, let me tell you, it's not easy. But one thing that you can start with is how to edit your own videos.
That's right, and you can learn how to edit your videos at home because Evid has launched home versions of their editing software. It's called Studio HD. Very cool Studio HD. Take a look.